The gene editing revolution has arrived, promising cures for terminal disease and new approaches to fighting climate change. So how should the promise of genetic editing be balanced against the potential dangers? Forum today, the talents. With me today, Fakhrul Shah as the moderator of this forum entitled The Talents. Alongside me, there are two intelligent panels, both from the same University of Malaysia, Pahang. Introducing our first panel, Dr. Choong Jiat, who is also a lecturer of the Faculty of Industrial Sciences and Technology, majoring in gene technology. And our second panel, Dr. Intan Suhani, who is also a lecturer in the same faculty as Dr. Choong, but majoring in genetic engineering. How are you, Dr. Choong?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Good to hear that. How are you, Dr. Intan?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having us here.
It's our honor to have both brilliant panels to be a part of this forum. Alright, so first off, what is talent? Talent stands for transcription, activator, like, effector, and nucleases. Talents are an artificial nucleus that can be used to code DNA at a specific recognition site. Talents are made from highly conserved repeats originating from transcription, activator-like effectors. Dr. Choong, as the first question, I would like to ask, are talents available in Malaysia, or is it still under research or undergoing clinical trials? Since in Malaysia, other gene editing, which is CRISPR, was applied in some research. So how about the status of talents in Malaysia?
All right, so the status of talents technology in Malaysia is still not available. This is because there are still no appropriate legal frameworks that are available for transcription. Activators like effectors nucleases talent in Malaysia, as our country does not have standards and guidelines on it. However, Malaysia is expected to embark on gene editing as Malaysia has made projects in medical genetics in which some researchers use CRISPR, which is one of the genome edits to delete, insert, or modify DNA sequences to correct a particular disease, but talent has not been used by researchers. It is believed that Malaysia will have a tremendous breakthrough in using talents in gene editing as it offers a middle ground solution for cutting-edge gene editing in clinical research.
It seems like in Malaysia it's still not available for the talent technology, right? But hopefully our country can have this technology in the future. So in the second round of question, how can the technology be applied to the local problem or situation in Malaysia if talents are available in Malaysia in the future, Doctor?
For this, I had read before the Star newspaper the title of Rising Concern over Food Security, which was published on 15 November 2022, shows that the local problem in Malaysia is even though Malaysia has an abundance of land, resources, and government policy, however, Malaysia still face problem of food security. In the agriculture sector, Malaysia faces several problems which are low level of automation and technology adoption, low productivity and quality of agricultural produce. The fact is, Malaysia does not produce enough food for its population and industry, which lead to food insecurity. Thus, transcription activators like effector nuclease talent can be applied to overcome the local problem in Malaysia. Talent can be used to optimize for high activity in plants, in which optimized talents get float can be demonstrated by aiming mutagenesis in tomatoes and wheat. This helps to boost the productivity of agriculture. Besides that, talent can help to induce a variety of heritable mutation in rice. This helps to solve the changes in climatic patterns which will severely impact rice production in Malaysia as rice is a vital staple food for Malaysians according to the journal title Impact of Climatic Change on Rice Yield in Malaysia, a panel data analysis published on 21st June 2021. In addition, talent can be applied to solve food insecurity in Malaysia, in which talent can be utilized to generate useful trade in crops planted in Malaysia. According to the title I had read before, title Plant Genome Editing with Talents and CRISPR published on 24 April 2017, there are a few examples of improvement of the useful trait in crops that can be carried out by using talents. For example, talent is used to engineer disease resistance in Xanthomonas oryza PV oryza by destroying the target sequence of tail effectors in rice. Good traits such as fragrant and storage tolerant can be created and engineered using talent, which assists in improving rice seed to produce rice with this good trait. And potatoes can be engineered by using talent to improve cold storage and processing trait. These talents have many benefits. I hope that one day our country can utilize this to solve this problem.
Thank you for the great information, Dr. Chang. Talents is widely used in so many aspects. For instance, genome editing in plants, which allow for the investigation of gene function and can help generate new characteristics in plants, such as resistance to pathogens and herbicides. There must be some issues regarding the use of talent in the industry, since it involved editing of gene. Would you mind, Dr. Intan, telling us the circumstances gained in performing this technology in Malaysia?
So I would like to share things I recently found. Around 2014, there were about 40 countries that discouraged or banned research on talent, which also include 15 nations in Western Europe because of ethical and safety concerns. In terms of safety, they might have a possibility of off-target effect, which means that editing could be in the wrong place, which could be controversial, as editing could fix one problem but also could cause another. Other than that, as with many new technologies, there is also concern that gene editing will only be accessible to the wealthy and will increase existing disparities in access to healthcare and other interventions. They worry that taken to its extreme, this technology could create classes of individuals defined by the quality of their engineered genome, which plays with the words of justice and equity.
Which means, all in all, even the talents has so many beneficial, it also has limitation and circumstances when we are applying this technology in Malaysia, right? So before we
Yeah.
end our discussion, do any of you would like to tell more about the talent?
Here, I would like to emphasize the fact that transcription activator like effector nuclease, or in simple terms called as TALEN, is an advanced technology that can be used to edit genomes by inducing double-strand break, which cells respond in with repair mechanisms. It is known that TALEN technology has been used to effectively correct the genetic defects that cause disorders like sickle cell disease. We could say that talent provides a valuable option thanks to its relatively unconstrained target site requirement and high degree of specificity. However, we as biotechnologists are sure that we face lots of issues in performing this technology as we need to take into account several things like safety and equity. That is why talent are not yet to be practiced in Malaysia. We hope that people could consider this technology well for the sake of the younger generation.
What a great sharing, Dr. Intan. I think the time is ahead of our plan. What I can summarize here is that talent is very beneficial in so many ways, and it will be great for it to be available in Malaysia, for it to serve its full potential in making Malaysia a better place. Thank you so much, Dr. Choong Jiat and Dr. Intan Suhani, for spending your precious time. I hope we can meet in another episode of Forum. Till then, goodbye and thank you.